Hello and welcome to the second part of my Sims 4 Let's Play. I'm Small Archangel and hopefully this time you can hear me better. I've been messing around with my microphone settings. And in this second episode of my Let's Play, we are going to be looking at build mode. Last time we went into CAS and we made Kim Sims here, who I didn't realise at the time seems to be channeling the cowgirl who falls down dead laughing in the intro sequence, but never mind. Innocent mistake. Okay, so the build mode icon is right up here at the top of the screen, and if we click that, nice and responsive at the moment, we have build and buy modes in the same screen here, so there's a minimum of fuss to flick between them there. We have build at the top, objects by room for buy mode, objects by function, and then down at the bottom there your household inventory, which of course at the beginning of the game shouldn't have anything in it at all. Okay, so we're going to start in build mode, and the biggest new feature probably, which I think was basically touched on in TS3, one of the later expansions, we had blueprint mode. This is building on that really. So we have all of these pre-styled, pre-built rooms which you can literally just pick up and drop anywhere on your plot. Once they're there you can actually shuffle them around, so you could pick up every room you wanted, drop it higgledy-piggledy anywhere you like on your lot, and then rearrange it afterwards if you like. We're going to start with a living room. I'm going to build a house just using these styled rooms just to show how quickly house building can actually be done this way. So, if we look at the living room, we start with this one. It's the heart of the home after all. We have a few little colourways to choose from there. I'm going to go with that one. If you point at every item in the room, it does tell you what the items actually are as well. And we can, once we've got the room in our hand like this, we can place it anywhere we like. We can also turn it round with the use of, in the case of my keyboard, it's the comma and full stop buttons that are turning that round there. Although when you place it, you can actually move it again just by clicking here, or turn it around by doing that. And we can resize the room in any direction with the use of these arrows here. We can even change the height of the wall like that if we really want to. I think that's in case you want to do split levels. Okay, for the moment we'll just leave that as it is and go on to the next room. I think the next one should be a bedroom. Okay, I'm not really into pink and I don't think my sim is either, so we'll just turn that around. Now if we line up the two doorways, then we know we're only going to have one doorway into that bedroom, otherwise we might end up with two, which would be a bit silly. So now we need a bathroom as well. That one will do nicely. Always a good idea to have your bathroom somewhere near your bedroom. But if we put it directly outside the bedroom like that, in line, we can see that the bed lights up yellow, telling us that there's a conflict between the door and the bed, which would result in the bed being deleted. That's why it's highlighted. So if we put it there, I don't mind if my walls are a little bit zigzaggy like that. That's fine. Okay, bathroom. What's next? Dining room. We need a dining room. Only a small one. This is just a starter home after all. And I think we'll have it that way round. Okay, we'll put that there. And that should go directly onto the kitchen, of course, for ease of access. Is that the right way around? Yes, I think so. We can change any of this about later on if we want, really quite easily, though you do have to be careful when moving rooms as they can wipe each other out, which isn't great. And finally we'll have a little study. That one there, nice warm colour. You can of course change the decor of any of your rooms anytime you like, if you can be bothered. Now that is clearly going to get rid of my coffee table, so we might have to just rethink that a little bit. I think if it actually gets rid of your furniture, it doesn't sell it, it puts it in your family inventory for you, so that's not too bad. We might just extend this room out a fraction, so I've actually got room for my coffee table there. Okay. Now, where was I? Study. If you resize your rooms, they do of course cost you a little bit extra. Okay, now I think actually no, that'll be fine. Okay, now there's one more room I want to put on here, and we don't have any hallways modelled, so we'll just do it by placing a wall directly across there in good old Sims 3, 2, 1 fashion. We put the walls up full height, we can see we have a nice box with a random doorway. Let's just move that to where we really need it. We need it there really, so we can access the living room, the dining room I'm afraid. Let's just turn this study around. I'm not convinced it's the way I want it to be. That looks better. Okay, great. Now, I think we might need another doorway here. We can pick up anything that we've already got by using the eyedropper tool here, which we'll just copy and put in our hand something that we've already used. Okay, I think that's that. Now, we sort of have a roof at the moment, but it's just an auto flat roof. So I'm going to put on a gabled roof like this. We can turn these around just the same way as we do the rooms and any of the objects in them, and we resize them just the same way as we do with rooms as well. So none of that awkward changing stuff about and not finding the roof doesn't quite fit like we had in Sims 3. Okay, we just pull that a little bit. Oh, missed. Okay, and it looks like we're going to need some slightly different sized roofs just to finish it off here. Like a smaller one there. Oh, not that small. Okay, that'll do nicely. And just one last one. I would like to have a roof over my porch. Let's just check I've got it in the right place. I think I have. There we go. Okay, you can change roof patterns as well. That's just here. So there's various different types of roofing that you've got here. And you just apply anything you decide to change, like so. I'm going to stick with what I had before, just some normal shingles. Okay. Now, in spite of the fact that this roof here is staying up all on its own, which it wouldn't have done in one of the other Sims games, I am going to do the OCD thing and put a post under it. Just doesn't look right otherwise. Now we could do with a bit of decorating here because this house doesn't look really... Well, we haven't got a front door to start with, so let's put a front door in here. And we'll have a red one to match that post. There we go, that'll do nicely. And then we're probably going to want some windows as well. Again, we can recolor these to suit. I'm going to put the roof down so I can see where my actual rooms are. And you can see you can put the windows anywhere you like, including right down at floor level. Which would be slightly odd, so I'm just going to put them there. This isn't a very big house, so I don't really need to put very big windows in any of my rooms. That's my bedroom. Okay, I quite like this one here that has, it's just like the ones I've placed, but it has shutters on it. So I can put that one there on the front, which is quite nice. And then we can have a longer taller window, again the same colour. There for the dining room, and possibly here for our living room as well. And one other thing you'll notice is if you have to come back for any windows or any objects that you've previously chosen a different coloration for, it will actually keep that coloration so that when you come back you don't have to go through all that again, which is, well, it saves a bit of time. Okay, next step, wall patterns. So I want some siding for my house, and again I'll go for this red to match the red I've already got on there. And a nice thing about this is that if you choose something like this which has edging on it, you don't have to put that in manually. The game just detects where it's appropriate and puts it in for you, which is lovely. The only place that's not true of is corners like this one, which are too shallow to detect really. It needs to be at least 2 blocks in length to really detect that. We'll just have paint on the other walls to stop it from being too much. Here we can use the shift click method to decorate, as we have done in previous Sims games, a large area all at once. Just need to go up because we have gable ends that we need to decorate as well. That's that. And then again we can use the eyedropper tool to pick up the right wall, wall covering to do those gable ends there. Very useful tool. Okay, so that's the outside of the house. Except we could do with a bit of garden here. I like my Sims to be gardeners because it's a very useful skill to have, particularly if you want them to grow fruits and vegetables. Perhaps not. We're going to use place fences by drawing. This is the time-honoured method in Sims 1, 2 and 3 to create your garden space. We can also place gates like so, and then we can use terrain tools to add pathways. And if you're very neat, you can draw it in a nice straight line. I'm not that neat, but it's only a path. Okay, and then it only remains for us to put some decorative objects in our garden. So it might be a starter home, but we can still afford to look nice. Lavender there, azalea bush there. Let's see what we have in flowers. We have a rose bush, and we can choose the colour of our roses. Yellow's good. There we are. Nice and decorated. Now there's one more thing I really do want to put in my garden, and that is planter boxes. These not only make your plants look nice and neat, but there is practical reason for choosing to have a few of these as well, which you will see if you tune into my Let's Play gameplay demonstration. Okay, so that's our garden. Very nice. Now we'll just go in and check the inside of the house and put the walls into half up mode so we can see if there's anything in here that's missing. I'm just going to move that chair, just make sure it's not in the way. We have doorways into every room, which is always helpful. We have lighting. I might change that later. It's not the best lighting in the world. Not the nicest, but now I don't think I've decorated my hallway. Being the only room that we built from scratch, it does need decorating, so I'm just gonna pick some, this'll do. What colours can we have that in? Something fairly inoffensive like that. Use flowery. use shift click to decorate that. And then we need a little bit of flooring, which is here. I'll have some boards and we can colour those too, so we'll have them white to match the walls. It's nice. There we are. Now what do we need in our hallway? Well, we could probably do with a couple of objects, so let's go into buy mode. I often find things easier to find in objects by function. You can do a straight search if you want, but I just want a plant at the moment, and then possibly something here. Let's see what we have. We have miscellaneous, wall decorations, clutter. I like that we have a clutter tab, because I got so much clutter in The Sims 3 that it was untrue. We have a hat stand. That looks ideal for here. It's just what you want in a hallway. Excellent. Now there's one other thing which I think I should probably change. This table barely fits in here, and I can see Sims root failing, and I don't really want to test whether that's that much improved in this game. So let's move that table out. I've had to move the chairs first because otherwise it would delete the chairs too. If you want to sell something, we drag it to this sell button there, and there it goes. Now we'll want to replace that with a smaller dining table here. This one will do for the moment. There we go. We'll choose blonde wood, the same as we've already got with the chairs. Try and put the chairs like so. Okay, it can be a little bit tweaky when you're trying to place chairs and tables, because it wants to place like that. It wants to snap the chairs to the table. So you have to be a little bit careful with how you place that. Now I might also have a painting on the wall there. It looks like it might be lacking that little something. We have window coverings, mirrors, paintings and posters. Here we go. Now what do we have? Colour wise, probably that one is going to match the wood. That will do nicely. Of course, if your sim is an artist, they can produce their own artworks and put them on the wall. The other nice thing about this game is, not that, you can actually put more than one painting on the same stretch of wall if there's physically space for it, with no necessity to use the move objects cheat, which can be a little glitchy anyway. Okay, so that's our house. I think it's pretty much done. I think we might just lower the pitch of that roof. It's looking a little bit over the top at the moment. That's better. Okay. One last thing we need to do is add lighting. Now we can check what the lighting looks like by changing the time here. So you can see at night time it's fairly dark outside really. We have a street light there, but it's quite a long way away. So let's go into lighting. And see, I have all of these lights here, which are actually reward objects, and this one, for all of the other Sims 3 expansions that I bought. So if you have previous expansions, you can enjoy those too. Right, we need an outdoor light first for the outside of the house. We'll put that there. Again, you can dictate whereabouts on the wall that goes. And I think we need one inside the house too, but we'll go inside wall lights. And maybe we'll have the lighter coloured one for in here, like so. Okay. I think I might also change this for a little table light, because that might look better in my study room. Yeah, that's nice. And you know what? Let's have one of these. Since I've got them, let's have one. Got a nice green light going on there. Nice mood lighting. I'm not quite sure if that will actually alter my Sims mood. Maybe we'll find out in my Let's Play number 3. Okay, so there we have the roof. And we haven't missed any of the walls. It's pretty much done. Oh, we don't have a bin. Now, in the other Sims games, I seem to recall, we didn't... You couldn't even delete the bin. You couldn't delete the bin. It had to be there the whole time. Well, in this one, you don't even necessarily find that you have one, but if you want somewhere to empty your rubbish out, you really are going to need one of these. So let's have one of those. And then there is one more thing. And this is a little bit new. Under alarms, you'll find this. We have the smoke alarms. We know what they do. Or do we? In Sims 4, there aren't any fire brigades. I know this the hard way. Nobody is going to come to put that fire out. That's why this is a good idea. This object is a fire prevention system utility panel. This will set off sprinklers in your house in the event that you have a fire. For this reason, I am also going to place somewhere in the vicinity of my cooker one of those. That's what those are for. Without that, your fire prevention system facility, whatever it is not going to work. So there we go. Hopefully she won't set fire to the house and burn herself to death. Okay. Let's change this back to the right time of day, although it will automatically do that when we go back into live mode, or live mode, whichever it is, which we'll do now. Okay, so there you see my new house. It might need a little bit of tweaking, but that's essentially all there is to it. There are some things that you can do with your house that we haven't worried about today. Like, for example, if you wanted to place stairs, here they are. They work more or less the same as they did in the previous Sims games. I don't think you can put them round corners. It would be lovely if we could. I don't think that's currently an option. We have all sorts of other decorative items, roof sculptures, so, you know, chimneys and little weird things, I don't know. But we also have various architectural features you can put on as well, like gable ends, wall trims, spandrels. Not absolutely sure what a spandrel is, but there are some. And this is my personal favourite, the foundation tool. If you, having built your house, decided that actually what you really wanted was to put foundations on it, it's no longer a pain. All you have to do is decide what you want your foundations to look like, and then raise your house up to whatever height you want, and a whole lot goes with you. Obviously you do that, you're going to need some stairs, but I think I'll just leave mine at ground level at the moment. I don't think it even costs you to do that, which is quite cool as well. So there you go. Foundation tool couldn't be easier to use. I think you could probably even contrive to do split level somewhere if you really want, but I haven't explored that avenue just yet. I am something of a house builder, and I may well be posting some more videos later on once I've got really to grips with the house building system and got a sim bit, rich enough to build a large house. Until then, we'll stick with these. Until next time then, come and join me when I do my Let's Play Sims 4 Episode 3, which will be the actual gameplay, which is where the real fun starts. And we'll take it from there with Kim Sims and her new house. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.